Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. It's the start of the new riding season. And for me, what does that mean? Well, it means some new tyres for the GS adventure. Welcome to Gear Talk. It's time to get some new boots. Metaphorically speaking, of course. The big black beauty, the GS Adventure that I've had for a year, has served me well, and I will do a review at some stage. I've just spent too much time riding it and enjoying it, but let's move on from that for now. It's time to get some new tyres now. What I've been running for the last year are Michelin ANAKEE Adventures, and they've served me for around about 7,000 miles, and I have to say they've been absolutely flawless, except the front wheel, the noise that this thing kicks up off the front wheel. Oh, I mean, I do ride with earplugs and a full face helmet, and more often than not we spend most of the time on the motorways and, you know, on fast roads, so I don't really hear it. But when it gets to around about 30-40 miles an hour in certain conditions, you can just hear that road noise coming up between the sort of front binnacle and the big gap in between the bars, and it really is off-putting. Just as an experiment, I decided to go for a little short ride without earplugs in, and I swear, I honestly thought something was broken. It was so noisy. Having said that, they haven't put me off these tyres, and I thoroughly would recommend them to anybody that's got an adventure. They are incredibly stable at motorway speeds and on the twisties when you're really getting a bit of a lick on. They provide a massive amount of grip. Me and Graham have ridden in all sorts of conditions, from torrential rain to really nice summer's hot days where the tarmac's nice and sticky, and they've not put a foot wrong. Insofar as longevity goes, well, like I say, I've had about 7,000 miles out of these, there or thereabouts. And I think that's pretty good, you know, for a bike of this weight, which is around about the, what is it, around about the 250 kilos, plus my weight, plus luggage occasionally. Not too up, never done that, but they seem to have stood the test of time pretty well, given the quality of them and the stickiness, etc, etc. I know there's a load of variables that you can take into account, and you have to take this with a little bit of a pinch of salt because every ride is different, aren't they? But I think 7,000 miles or a good riding season and a little bit more, yeah, it was well worth the price. However, there's some new technology on the market, isn't there? The Michelin Road 6. Now, I've got to admit, I am a fan of Michelin tyres. I've got a Triumph Sprint. I've run that for 3 seasons now on Michelin Road 5s, and again, they've been absolutely faultless. And that's not for me to say, okay, you've got to go out there and buy Michelin, because again, being bikers, we're all very different. We've all got our own preferences, haven't we? But for me, I'm a Michelin man. Metaphorically and physically. Well, I need to lose some weight. This lockdown's killed me. So I am on my way over to Motorcycle Tyres in Leeds, which is a place that Graham and I use every time we get some new tyres. Not that we're getting them free, but we pay the normal customer rate, and they do a great service. And as far as we're concerned, if there's some good people out there, why not give them a bit of publicity? They deserve it. I like it when people just do the job and they do it properly. Now, the reason we're doing it is twofold. One, it's because it's the new riding season, but two, Graham and I are off to Europe. We're going on a 10-day, 11-day trip around Europe. And we're going to be going through France, Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, down to Monaco, and then all the way back up again. Now it's going to be around about a 2,500 mile trip, roughly. And I'm going to need some decent tyres for that trip. For me, you know, when you're doing long trips, sports touring tyres, they are the best option without a shadow of a doubt. And I know this is an adventure bike, but these are classed as sports touring / adventure tyres. You know what I mean. The reviews are all over the place. Everybody's raving about them, including our Graham. But if you need any more information, just pop onto Michelin's website and they'll give you all the details. So as you can see from the picture, or pictures, this is what we're left with on the ANAKEE adventures after 12 months and 7,000 miles. They have worn pretty well. It's a bit gutting, it always is, isn't it, when the bike tyres start to go flat and you can't help but think, yeah, look at all that tread on the sidewall. There's thousands of miles left. But if they were to make them last that long, they'd lose money, wouldn't they? And they're into making money, bless them. So the ANAKEE adventures, when they've been bedded in, one of the first trips Graham and I did was go up to the Lake District. We went up to Windermere it was just for an afternoon bimble, I think. And we thoroughly enjoyed it. You got to bear in mind, these tyres at the time, they'd probably only got maybe a couple of 100 miles on them. Virtually brand new but scrubbed in. And they are classed as an 80-20 tyre. So in other words, they're officially designed, so to speak, if you're the sort of rider that will do the majority of riding on the pavements. Not on the pavements, that'd be a bit wrong, wouldn't it? But the majority of riding on tarmac, and occasionally if you want to go, you know, down a dirt track kind of thing. But I did read at the time from reviews from people that had them that they were terrible on mud, wet grass, that kind of thing. Well, yep, I could definitely vouch for that, because when we got to Windermere, it was absolutely chock-a-block with bikes, and parking space was limited. So we ended up riding through a car park onto a sort of grassy embankment where other bikes were parked. Lo and behold, I got stuck. The rear tyre wouldn't grip, it span, and I needed a couple of people just to help me get to where I needed to park. So there you go, brand new tyre. People had said they're no good on the grass or the mud. Yep, you're absolutely right, boys and girls, whoever left those reviews. Other than that experience, they have been absolutely brilliant. Good morning, Porsche. Maybe one day. Maybe. Not today, though. Gonna get some tyres. The funny thing is, as well, even though these tyres have flattered off considerably, and they are at the end of their life, I haven't, as yet, got that 50 pence feeling where it's kind of just flopped over. It's a very strange feeling. My eyes are saying that's exactly what should be happening, but my experience, no, it's not telling me that. It's weird. This is one thing I do not like about cities and car drivers. Jesus Christ, I wish you'd pay attention to this. Just calm down. You're not going to get anywhere fast. Just take a chill pill. Stop cutting each other up. Stop being that dick. Right, I am late, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry, no, you're alright.
It's that roadworks, they don't give you a diversion.
Have you been to Dead End at Thorna Lane?
I've no idea.
Roadworks.
And so, that's it. The Black Beauty is now shod with Michelin Road 6. What have we got mileage wise? Let's have a look at the mileage. 16,704. Let's call it 16,700 miles. See what we get out of it. Yeah, it's always a nice feeling getting some new tyres. Can't even give a first impression yet because I don't think I've done over 30 miles an hour, but just an indication of just how good the ANAKEEs were, the ANAKEE Adventures. Like I said, they didn't give me that sort of 50p feeling where it just dropped off. So getting onto these isn't too dissimilar a feeling. You know, it's just nice. So we'll get used to them. I'm not going to go nuts. Obviously, I just want to get them scrubbed in. But if what Graham said is anything to go by, you can kind of just ride normally right from the get-go. Anyway, we'll see. We shall see. So in part, she's nearly ready to go on tour. The only other thing that we've got to do is drop the oil, change the oil filter, put some new oil in, and then she's ready. So, click on the little icon in the top of the screen to watch how to change an oil and oil filter on your GS or GS Adventure, and we'll see you on the next one.